Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Idiots in Cars. We begin with number 19, just a slight bump, and it's over. Holy frick, were you trying to do that? It kind of looks like the clip starts pretty late there, but it kind of looks like the guy is trying to do that. This looks like some sort of David versus Goliath situation. You have this little rambunctious tiny thing. Granted, a Jeep's not really tiny, but in comparison to the other truck, it just obliterates it. I feel like we're really missing the context, though, that went into this, because there's no self-preservation if the Jeep was intentionally doing this. Did they start changing lanes, not realize there is a gigantic truck next to them? I feel like you could see that even if you didn't do a blind spot check and they just started changing lanes and everything went completely haywire. But whatever the case, really feel like we could have used a little bit of extra context on this one. Wouldn't have expected this to be the outcome, though. Usually the big truck wins in the clips that we're used to seeing here. I owe this. Oh, it's another Jeep driver for intercepting this collision before it found me. It's always like when it leads into it, it's like so long to get to the thing, and you're like, oh god, okay, we know it's the Jeep though. Is someone about to pull out into? Yep, okay. I mean, they may or may not have saved you. Maybe they would have noticed you and your very bright red large truck. But yeah, I don't know. That is very unfortunate that they just drove right into the guy. Although, wait, is that a hold on. I just want to say, like, that lane, it does look like a right turn lane. Is it a right turn lane? No. Oh, it's a right turn for like the intersection that's clearly beyond this one. That's why I was a little confused. I'm like, aren't these people supposed to be right turning? Not that you should rely on anyone to actually do what the lane kind of says they're supposed to do, but yeah. Anyway, that's a bummer for them. Idiot on the phone with her foot hanging out the window. I know that most people don't expect that they're going to get into a wreck at any given time. But if there does happen to be a wreck that takes place, I can guarantee you that your foot being out the window is going to make that wreck significantly worse. And also, you being on the phone is increasing the chance of being in the wreck at the same time. And what's the WikiFeet score, guys? This is a high? This is a low? People are saying this is a no. Oh, it's bad. It's a 0 out of 5 on WikiFeet. Wow, people not fans here, not fans. Now, is it the context of the situation? Is it because it's in a place where it's like just not supposed to be there? Or is there something specifically about the proportions here? Also, yeah, probably a great way to get a sunburn, to be fair. Toes too long. Anyway, for your own personal safety and that of others, probably don't do this, especially if you're the driver. I'm actually really interested in because this looks like an older, is this a Subaru Outback, an older one? I don't think this has adaptive cruise control. I'm actually genuinely impressed with the flexibility that has gone into foot out the window. I'm trying to like mimic what the positioning would be for this, and I'm getting a heck of a calf stretch. You got feet down at the pedals, and then you got foot like split out the. How have you even done this? And you're talking on the phone. What is this? I'm sorry, and also you're welcome. You can't see what I'm doing right now to try to mimic this, but this is impressive and uncomfortable to do. How is this the position that you've decided to sit in? I almost pooped myself. I thought he was going to stop. All right, almost pooped myself. It's a good thing you didn't, if you didn't wear the brown pants for that day. All right, he's just going to go. He's just going to, whoo-wee. Good avoidance If you hadn't made that maneuver, it looked like maybe he was just going to do. That's crazy to just come out of an intersection with zero stopping whatsoever. Did mans lose brakes or something like that? Who just doesn't stop coming out of the intersection going to the main road? I go no. Everybody else, good luck. And on a left. Man, it'd be bad enough on a right turn. He did it for the left. Good Lord. Aggressive parking. Aggressive parking. 1 minute and 44 seconds of aggressive parking. What could this possibly... Are we just going to get like different angles? Hopefully nobody's in the other cars. That was not what I was expecting. Hey, so on the plus side, the ambulance has literally just driven by. What the... Dude, he's already out of control back there. Like, how did this start? I mean, maybe it's minute 44 because we're going to get some other camera angles, but like, he's already doing... he's in the air back here. Launching through... What? Okay, so the aftermath is just like getting the person out of the car, so I assume that there was nobody in the other cars, so that's a good thing. I don't know if throttle was stuck, medical issue, or the idea that you can panic and just not think, hey, maybe I should lift my foot off of the thing that's making me go fast, that's causing me to panic, means you should not drive cars. I'm going to hope it's not that. Dude came out of nowhere and didn't give a frick. I was just thinking when I was driving to and from Vegas how, wow, that's impressive. Hey, good response, everybody. I love going into the full left lane while you're at it. Don't even like try to minimize your profile. Just interfere with as many people as you possibly can. But I was just thinking, like, not a lot of people riding motorbikes on this 110-degree 4-hour journey. And then I saw a Polaris Slingshot straight in the middle of the drive from LA to Vegas. We're like talking about basically the halfway point. A person with a passenger in a Polaris Slingshot. 110 degrees. Like, are you really, guys? Was it a 65-year-old man? It was two people in helmets. I can only imagine how hot they must have been. So I have no idea how old they were. I have no idea anything about the profile of them. All I know is I would have perished from heat stroke in about 5 minutes. And they were apparently doing the drive from LA to Vegas. I just want to know how, not just, okay, so the owner is like, this is going to be cool. I'm going to take my Polaris Slingshot either to LA or either to Vegas. It's going to be great. I can imagine being blinded by so thrilled about your Polaris Slingshot. How did a passenger agree to this? And I'm pretty sure that they had like full long sleeves and stuff because it would be insane with the sun exposure to not be fully covered. But it didn't look like it was white clothing. It looked like it was darker, which would have meant further incineration. Yeah, no, actually insane. Sorry, that's just the motorcycle thing caused me to think of it because I didn't see a single motorbike like one way or the other, but I saw Polaris Slingshot earlier on the way back. I'm just like, that's mental. ChickfilA road rage. I don't actually know if I can. We're gonna have to be quick on the abort mission here, most likely. Okay, so we're receiving the footage. It's cool. That's fine. And then Mans does not want to do a zipper merge. I like how the camera name is literally merge points. Mr. Truckman does not wish to do a zipper merge. Okay. I feel like, was that really worth it? Now you don't get your food nearly as quickly, and you have damage to your vehicle, and it's all on camera. I can't imagine a world in which that was worth. Anyway, lifted truck with bald tires makes for a bad time in the rain. it is funny that like usually the fastest cars on the highway at any given time, it is always the lifted trucks. Ooh. Well, not fast for very long in this case. But I mean, I couldn't really tell the tire tread depth from the camera angle, but I'll take your word for it that you pulled over and you saw, oh yeah, your tires are bald. He just basically running slicks in the rain. It didn't even look like he wasn't really accelerating very much. I think it just, yeah, just a very gradual, slight curve running. If you ever watched Formula One, and you know they're like right on the cusp of it was raining, but then the rain has stopped and the track is drying, and someone has to make the call. They're like, "We'll do it. We'll do it." Maybe it'll be the right call to go onto slicks. Someone goes onto slicks, and then they're just ice skating. And then everyone else on the other teams is like watching. They're like, yep, they're still ice skating out there. It was a bad call. Wait a little bit longer. We'll watch the sector times. Okay, now it's time to switch to slicks. So that first person always has to be the guinea pig. And if you've ever watched it, it's not fun when you have no tread. Remember, everybody, I've said it many times. Your tires are the only thing, hopefully, that are in contact with the road. Do not underestimate how important your tires are. Again, there's a lot of components to a vehicle. The tires are the only thing touching the road. They're important. Yeah. Okay, anyway. What not to do when you're about to miss your exit? Okay, well, I mean, it all worked out in the end, I guess. I feel like they tried to just be a little casual, nonchalant, kind of just like inch their way on the grass and be like, nobody saw that, right? Nobody saw that. And then this car slowed down and they were like, oh, I guess they're waiting for me to merge in front of them. Okay, I'm gonna just play it cool and just gonna go back. In. They're like, hey, I haven't actually taken my Jeep off-roading. That's kind of what it's made for, right? So this seems like a good time to do it for the first time. Yeah, it worked out great. Might have clipped the bumper a little bit on the curb, maybe on the way in, coming in hot, but could have been worse. Wrongway Driver on Route 303, surprise, June 13th, 25. Bro, for a moment, they said Wrongway Driver, and I thought maybe it was a euphemism, and someone was about to land a plane. And then I realized that's a rock chip. Doesn't that, like, for a moment, like, you start the video, you're like, oh my God, is a plane allowed to land on the highway? No, it's a rock chip. But it really does look like that. Holy freaking... That was fast. Oh my God. I mean, that has to be somebody who is probably just trying to end themselves while simultaneously taking out other people. I can't think of any other explanation. I don't care how drunk you are. There's just no way that you would not realize something is seriously wrong. You wouldn't be like, oh, why is everybody else driving against me on the, like, I'm sorry. There is no level of drunkenness you could possibly be where you would not realize something is wrong. No, that's not a malfunction. That's definitely not a malfunction. Tesla pulls out in front of Jeep. I'm just going to be like, okay. Sick. You know what is my favorite thing about Teslas today? Actually, I told Kara you should put this on mildly infuriating, and she did. It's gotten a decent amount of upvotes, actually. I don't know if it's going to make it into top 19 next time we look at that. It'd be pretty funny if I could be like, I was there. I encouraged this post. But basically, we're at the casino, and there is a whopping, for the entirety of the casino, there are 4 EV chargers. And you look at the app, and it says, all EV chargers are open. It's like, oh, that's so cool. Yeah, well, no, all it is just Teslas that have parked there and are not actually charging. It's just, it says, this is for EV parking for charging. And they're like, okay, I'll just take this and not charge. Because it's not even the right plug. They probably don't even have their adapters on them. It's the CCS charging thing. And the Tesla has their own thing and you need an adapter for it. They probably don't even have it on them. They're just like, I'm just going to park here because it's close. It's like basically handicap parking to adjacent to the walkway that takes you to the casino. You probably get it towed. Yeah, actually, they brought it up when we were checking out. We're like, is that cool for them to do? And the guy was like, it's yeah, you got to take it up with valet. I think he was just like, I'm not paid enough to care about this, so talk to someone else if you really want to. It was like, okay, whatever, man. Anyway, yeah, it was literally the row of 4, the only chargers. All of the chargers are just on the hooks. And they're just parked there. I'm like, I'm not going to do it because there are cameras all over the place. But if somebody keyed your car, I wouldn't exactly be sad for you. Trucker flies through stale red and takes out 3 vehicles in New Jersey. Stale? What is a stale red? I've never heard of that before. I'm like, I don't know where to look. It's a very distant camera. Is it this light that we're looking at? Are we looking all the way back there? I've also never heard the term stale. Oh my freaking heck. See, that looks like mechanical failure. He's going, like, this dude is already going infinitely faster than everybody else who has been driving around in this frame. That just seems like brake failure off of a hill that's out of frame. Otherwise, why would you be driving the truck like twice as fast as literally any other car that's in the frame visible here? I mean, I guess you could just be really in a hurry, but that seems more like mechanical failure. Stale red is just perma red, right? Like basically stops. I don't actually know. I've never heard the term before. Maybe it's used elsewhere more so. But yeah, I don't know. Either way, he obviously, that wasn't good. Headed home this morning and narrowly stopped in time. He's going to do a left turn just as you, oh, never mind. He's just going to, all right, man. If you're going to do that, don't stop. God damn it. If you're going to be an idiot, go all the way. Like, go for fast. Accelerate fast. Get through. Don't just stop. No, the hand is like he knows he did something wrong. I don't think he understands the severity of what could have happened if the person didn't stop in time. That's an old guy. Probably would have been more injured because he's old. Take it from me. I'm old, obviously. But he's like, oh, my bad. Just freaking deer in headlights. Like, just commit. Don't stop in the... God dang it. It's where the term comes. That's what the deer does. The deer goes into the road and looks at the car and goes, oh, frick. And then stands there and then gets hit. Oh, man. Why'd you brake check me? Someone about to, like, approach from behind going, wait, oh. This is a G35 moment, isn't it? Oh, God. Why'd you brake check me instead of slamming into the car that's oncoming? It's funny because, like, even with... He literally walked out and said, why you brake check me? I like how he can do the lip reading at the end. the actual words that came out of his mouth. Even without the dash cam, you ran into the behind of the car in front of you. 9 times out of 10, that just by default is your. It goes to, you did this. You're at fault here. Like attempting to get out of the rear-ending another car is a very difficult thing to do unless you're the one with the dash cam and the other person genuinely did something wrong. They probably left an imprint of their license plate on on the rear of the dash cam car. Yeah, there's just a thing. I don't know if that's actually G35. It's whatever, or it could be whatever the derivative is that exists. But like, it started with the G35 and its successors. It is just kind of, when you see one, you're like, I may want to get out of the way here. It just seems like that. I don't know. G35 are known to get driven a bit aggressively sometimes. This happened to me just a bit ago. Seriously, people need to learn to wait and not cross the solid white lines. You know, you would think that the truck might be more vigilant than, you know, other people. Especially, did they have to move over that soon? Oh, I guess the 2 lanes go off the highway, so they kind of had to move over. But also, usually the trucks try to like wait for an opening rather than just going, even though they kind of have the ability to push anything else out of the way. But yeah, that's scary, man. You could just be minding your own business, and then all of a sudden, a truck just drives over you because you're pushed into the wall and there's nowhere to go, and then you just get driven over by a truck. So, not fun. This idiot literally can't wait 20 seconds for the car in front of me to load their baby into the car seat. Driver honks, then gets out to yell at me, and the rest is history. He quickly changes pace when he sees that I'd already dialed the police. Oh, this is a New York moment. We had a G35 moment, and now we have a New York moment. Where's the front cam? We need the front cam to be associated here so that we can see what's happening with the driver in front loading the baby into the car. Because what if you made up that there's a baby getting loaded into the car in front of you? What if you're actually just holding up traffic? But he... Okay. Nice. They omitted the part where he gets out of the car having not put it into park and then rolls it into the car in front. I don't think I will ever understand how it is possible for people to exit a car without either putting into neutral and pulling the brake or putting it into park. How does that happen? How do you do that? At least, actually, if you're in a manual transmission and you somehow forgot, generally that would mean you've come off the clutch really fast and it's just going to stall, and you're going to be stalled in gear, and it's not going to, it basically is a park itself. So it'd be very hard to do that in the manual transmission unless you like gracefully came off the clutch as you exited the car, and then it would start going. I just don't know how you do it, though. Like, there's so many clips that you see of that happening, and I just don't know how. Ultima doing a 360 on I-80. Bro, is he gonna, like, save it? Is he gonna do a 360 and then just keep going? Like, nothing happened? Just like, oh, nobody saw that, right? But also, maybe you did see that, because that was kind of cool. Oh, here he goes. Here he goes. He's not gonna hit anything? Oh, my God, he keeps it clean. He keeps it clean. He pulls the J-turn at the end, and he's still going! Oh, man. What a maneuver, dude. Impressive work right there. Using all of the track at that, dude. I do want to know, how do you lose it that badly going straight? Okay. I am genuinely impressed that it straight up looked like he pulled an intentional J-turn, because I've done a thing. There's a BMW Performance Centers in Palm Springs. YouTube did an event and took us all there. 2019. And one of the things we did there was J-turns. It's actually pretty freaking difficult to pull off. And it's also terrifying going that, like, intentionally going that quickly in reverse, because you just never knew that. It almost looked like he did that intentionally, because he's just going in reverse, and then he recovers with the J-turn. But also, he just lost it for no reason before. We have these two completely contrasting things, like an epic recovery, but also, how did you whiff this to begin with? Man, like, looked at his phone and was like, oh, shoot, I'm veering into the barrier. And then, I don't know, man. blinkers that he's about to lose it, and then recovers. I just don't know what to make of it. I almost lost my girlfriend the other day. I hope you found her. Is a car about to go on the wrong... Oh, just a casual U-turn. Nice. Nice recovery there. Well done. I will say, it's weird. Whenever I see driving videos of people on European roads, European mountain roads that kind of look like this, when it's just one lane in each direction, so often it seems like people just use the whole road. And I'm like, is this the norm? It's like very specifically European. If it's someone in the US and they're crossing double yellows and stuff like that, A, it's less common, and B, they usually get super called out. Whenever I see it on a European road, no one's commenting about it, and it's just how a lot of people drive, and it's, I don't know. Anyway, it's unrelated, but it just kind of had me thinking about it, because it's like, these are the kinds of roads that I see that on. Anyway, yeah, but good recovery there. This is another reason that motorbikes and scooters are freaking terrifying, because you can just get obliterated like that. Anyway, the top for the last month, I think it's the same as the top for the month before, potentially, is almost ran into the Shin Destroyer 9000. What they did is they saw the post from the last month, and not to be outdone, this person was like, whoa. I can take it to the next level. Let me put an extender onto mine, or actually 2 extenders. Bro, it actually does look like it's 1 extender, 2 extenders, and then tow hook. And I'll get the... they were just waiting for somebody to take the photo, so you'd be like, yes, I did it. I extended it far enough that somebody noticed me, and now it's the top. Also, I've never done any towing myself, but this doesn't look particularly stable, and I'm sure there's some reason why you would need extenders for your tow hooks or something like that. I don't know what the reasons are, but this kind of just seems like it would be very flimsy and wobbly and not as secure as you would want it to for pulling stuff. That said, I don't know. I have no idea how this works, and I don't want to comment on things I don't know about, but what I do know is you're not supposed to park like that if you do have extenders on your extenders. Yo, dog, I heard we like extenders, so we put extenders on your extenders so you could do, I don't know, with your tow. Anyway, thanks for watching the last month of Idiots in Cars. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to Kevin Sparkles too, and I'll see you next time.